What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is the intentional or unintentional inclusion of a source's words or ideas without acknowledging the source. Plagiarism can be avoided by giving credit where credit is due. To avoid plagiarism, if you use someone else's words, you need to enclose those words in quotation marks and cite the source using an in-text citation. Likewise, if you paraphrase or summarize someone else's ideas, you also need to cite that source using an in-text citation. Today we will see how I, Fabulous Frank, can use my superpowers to help plagiarizing Paul correct his mistake and ways when it comes to including research in his work. Plagiarizing Paul has some issues. His plagiarism checker report notes his similarity index is way too high, he has missing in-text citations, and his direct quote is too long. When including information that is not common knowledge, you need to cite it. When directly quoting the words of another, you will want to put in quotation marks everything that comes directly from the text. Next, include an in-text citation noting the author, year, and page number. Finally, limit the length of your direct quote. Choose direct quotes that are shorter than 40 words in length and pack a punch. In this example, the direct quote reads, Small, 2010, of the American Dietetic Association noted, children score higher on tests when they have had a good breakfast, page 4. This type of in-text citation is called a separated in-text citation because the author, date, and page number are separated. This is the same quote cited using an integrated in-text citation. This is an integrated in-text citation because the author, date, and page number are integrated into one citation. Paraphrasing or summarizing expert information is also a great way to include research in your work without increasing your similarity index, which should be kept very low. When paraphrasing or summarizing information, rephrase it. Put the information entirely into your own words. Next, cite it. Include an in-text citation noting the author and date. In the cited paraphrase, it reads, Small, 2010, notes that higher scores are earned by students who have eaten breakfast before attending school. Cited paraphrases or summaries should also be accompanied by in-text citation information, which notes the author name and year. This is an example of a separated in-text citation. The author is listed and then the date is noted in parentheses separately. This is the same information paraphrased with an integrated in-text citation. Here you can see the name and date are enclosed and integrated into one parenthetical citation. When you include direct quotes or paraphrased information in your work, use signal phrases such as acknowledged, stated, or argued to give credit where credit is due. Also, don't forget that each in-text citation should have a coordinating reference citation, noting all bibliographic information in the references page at the end of the paper. Using proper in-text citations and reference citations will help you avoid plagiarism while helping you to give credit where credit is due. Finally, the number of cited direct quotes and cited paraphrases or summaries that you include will vary, but it is a good rule of thumb to avoid using more than one direct quote per paragraph. Likewise, avoid inserting large numbers of cited paraphrases or summaries into one paragraph. Research should support your original points, not be the only points you make. Think of a hamburger when inserting expert knowledge in the form of a cited direct quote or cited paraphrase or summary into a paragraph. Think of the expert cited knowledge as being the meat of the paragraph. It is the really important part of your paragraph and critical to making the paragraph tasty. Think of your other supporting details in the paragraph as being your ketchup, mustard, cheese, mayo, and whatever else you put on your burger. These parts are also important to the building of a delicious burger and awesome paragraph. To take this metaphor farther, you can think of your topic sentence in the paragraph as being the top bun on your hamburger. Likewise, you can think of the concluding sentence in the paragraph as being the bottom bun, which holds your paragraph all together. Using this formula to write a paragraph will ensure you create a tasty paragraph that your audience will love reading. Using these tips you can fight off plagiarism too.